If you're new here, welcome to the family. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Like this live, share, and yeah, let us talk about it. Today, I want to talk about black tax. Yeah, so as I do that, let me just write this poll question. Bear with me just one moment. Momento. Okay, so black tax. I don't know if you guys know what black tax is. Oh, my Invisaligns are really doing the thing. All right, so black tax. I'll just define it the best way I know how, okay? So if you're from Africa, okay, if you're an African from Africa, I think you might have heard this term, black tax, yeah? Black is derived from African people, yeah. Because, you know, they say African people are black. I know there are people who identify as brown and like, yeah. So we're not gonna go into that right now, but yeah. I'm a black girl, I'm a black woman, you know. So black tax is the money or the help that you how can I say this in a nice way? I don't want it to come off as offensive, you know. It's a learning moment for all of us, but it's basically whatever type of support, let me say support here, that you offer to your family, and mostly it's to your parents and siblings, okay? So every African that I have interacted with knows what black tax is. Let me say, no, let me not say every, let me say most, yeah. Every might be quite a stretch, yeah. But most African people do pay this black tax. It is something that you just grow up and it's like part of you. You see your predecessors do it, and just by, I would say maybe by default, or I don't want to really say by default. I'm really looking for the right words here, guys. So please just bear with me, okay? Yeah, but it's just something that is just part and parcel of our culture at this point. Yeah. So hi, Ari Scott. How are you? How are you doing? Yeah. So this is how it goes. You're born to a happy family. I would hope, and then you study, go to school. And now things are changing. But before, maybe I don't want to put like a timeline to it because I really don't have facts when it comes to this. But I do know that my generation and generations before that, mostly parents would kind of dictate, for lack of a better word, what you would study, what they would want you to become. So it's like they were living vicariously through you. Oh, I said the word, I said it. Yeah. And so you go to school, you get a job, and boom, yeah. We're here. This is a board. Live, love, laugh. It's all about positivity here. Mr. Local, hi. Leroy, no, I'm not from Nigeria. I'm from Kenya. Education is important. I agree. Hi, Maria. Hey, yeah. Guys, if you're new here, please subscribe as we talk about black tax. Okay, so yeah, you go to school, hopefully you get a job, but in Africa this is not how it normally goes. I'm speaking of Kenya because I'm from Kenya, yeah. And sometimes it's really, really difficult to get a job once you're done with school. It is crazy. So, there are people who, like, we call it tamaking. So the tamak is the material that they use on the roads. Yeah, so because, oops, excuse me, what was that? Yeah, so because mostly when you're looking for work, you're like broke. You'll be on foot most of the time. I'm not saying that this is the case for everyone, you know. Of course, there are exceptions. There are those who don't even know that this kind of life exists. So pardon moi for those who cannot relate. But for those who can relate, yeah, you look for work, you trek, you walk, it's like you're in constant stress mode because you've spent all these years studying, just hoping for a good, comfortable life. And there are songs that we'll sing, and I really can't remember the songs right now. Ooh, brain freeze, yeah. But it would be to encourage us to study, you know, study hard. When you study hard, you'll get a good job and then you live a good life. Yeah, so if that is what you've been looking forward to, you really get disappointed, you get disheartened. Some people even get depressed because, yo, after school, that's when it hits you. Or let us even just leave school to the side. Once you become an adult, that is when, boop, boop, boop. When you hit 18, it's all games and fun and all good. But the moment you hit 21, that is when reality hits. Oh, Maria, my favorite color. I don't know. I go back and forth between favorite colors. I don't know. But right now, I really don't know. Right now, I like rose gold kind of stuff, blush and stuff like that. Yeah. So anyway, it's really a struggle, and there are people who stay looking for work for years until you decide, like, you know what, I need to maybe do something, maybe become my own boss, start something. So that's how maybe others would just find themselves being entrepreneurs or venturing into businesses that they never really thought they would, you know? Yeah. But that happens. And so let's just say, for example, you're done with school, you're looking for work. Once you hit 21, you're on your own, basically. Yeah. You're on your own. There are those who are lucky enough to have the support of their parents. But in most cases, you're on your own. You have to go out and look for work. That is why you find there are some who just feel like, oh my gosh, it's too hard, I can't take it, and then they go, they get married early. I'm not saying that getting married early is wrong or it's a problem, but sometimes the motivation is that, you know what, at least when I'm in my husband's house, I'll be eating, I'll have like shelter, food, and all the basic necessities. Yeah. So yeah, so basically that is what normally happens. Yeah, but for a man, you can't think of getting married or marrying if you don't really have a stable job or a stable source of income. So you just have to push through. And there are ladies who also do the same. Unfortunately, in Kenya now, the unemployment rate is still quite high. And sometimes people have to go to other countries to work. I mean, it's good to travel. I love it when you travel out of your village, your town, your country, because it really opens up your worldview. You see things differently. It helps you dream big. So I'm all for that, yeah? But sometimes it's really hard going to a new country, not knowing anyone, and then you have to start from scratch. Yeah. So black tax applies to everyone, whether you're in your home country or in another country. Once you start working, once you start working, you are paying the tax. Yeah, you are paying. And I don't know if it's because there's that feeling of guilt, like if I don't support people back home, you know, what will they think of me? Sometimes, oh, I should have brought water because now my lips are dry. I need to drink some water. Yeah. Okay, you guys, please hold on. Don't go away. Okay, I beg you. I'm gonna get my water and then I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Ah, I'm back. Okay. So, yeah, so once you start working, and then thank you guys for staying. Once you start working, then the moment you get your first salary, boom, you start sending money home to support, your folks and stuff like that. And uh this is how do I say this? Is okay. Controversial. All right, but there are many people who are hurting. Yeah. I mean, these are discussions we've had. I've had, let me speak on myself. I've had these discussions with acquaintances, friends, colleagues. And when you get your first job after looking for work and stressing, at that point, you're exhausted, you're burnt out, you're exhausted, and you've probably just lost time because maybe you'll get the job after 2 years or 3 years of your life just being in limbo, of just surviving and stuff like that. And I don't know if you guys know how difficult it is to depend on someone, especially when you're an adult. Yeah. When you're still young, 18, you still get a little bit of grace. But once you hit 21, you're on your own, and anytime maybe you tend to ask for help or support, people will be like, yo, you're an adult, what are you thinking about your life? Why don't you go out there and fend for yourself and stuff like that? Oops. Sorry. That is what happens when I drink water. I'm sorry, guys. Just ignore that. Yeah, but anyway, so it's just that kind of feeling that I don't think anyone likes. Sorry, it's a kind of situation that I don't think anyone would like to be in, where you're totally dependent on people for your food, your drinks, your shelter and clothing and entertainment. You're in constant pleasing mode. Like you have to make sure this person is happy. Oh, I have to make sure this person is happy so I can blah 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 blah, because my thinking is that everyone would like to be independent, independent in the sense that you can provide for your own basic needs. Yeah, at least just the bare minimum, your basic needs. Yeah, so you get your first job, you're so excited. And remember, sometimes you're just getting like entry level salary, so the salary that you're getting is not even enough for yourself. Because who knows, like through your job seeking journey, you might have maybe incurred some debts. Oh my gosh, I am so scared of debts. They scare me. Yeah, but maybe you've incurred debts along the way. There are people who maybe were there for you and they expect something in return, because not everyone just helps you and lets it go like that. People always expect favors, quid pro quo, anyone. Yeah, so you've gotten your job and then boom, you share the good news with your friends and family. Hey, I got a job. Everyone celebrates, but yo, that very month, like your first paycheck, there's a lot of expectations. Yeah, And sometimes you wonder, you're like, okay, guys, just give me some breathing space. And I'm not knocking the people who like seek support from you, because especially for myself, my journey, I have been helped along or supported along the way. So I'm not knocking anyone or anything like that. It's just something that has been weighing, heavily on my heart, because I've had discussions with people, like I said earlier, with colleagues, acquaintances, friends, and a lot of people do not have the courage to speak on this. Trust you me. Just because, one, maybe people just don't like confrontation or controversy and stuff like that. And also, you don't want to paint a picture that, people are like a nuisance in your life. I don't know if you get what I mean. I don't know. Yeah. But in Africa, that's like sort of a thing. There are some subjects or issues that people feel like are taboo to talk about. But hey, this is 2025 and this is me, and we're gonna talk about it. Why? Because a lot of people are suffering in silence. A lot of people are suffering in silence. I'll give you an example. I was working in Dubai, and in Dubai, there are so many people from different countries, different nationalities, who've just come to get to make how can I say, make a better life? No, to just try to survive. Most people are on survival mode, Others are doing way better than their counterparts, but that's normal in any part of the world. Yeah. The world is not fair. That's just how it is. Yeah. So sometimes you get your paycheck and you look at it and you can't even fathom how you be able to manage all your needs. I'm not even talking about wants, needs. Yeah. So I have seen so many people, me included, sacrificing, their comforts just to support back home. And this is from day one. I'm not even kidding you. From day one, you get your paycheck, and every month you're sending support back home. I'm not saying that is bad. Believe you me, if I could help everyone in need, and it's just good karma to help people. And when you help people, my belief is that you help and you keep it pushing. You don't go announcing, oh, I'm helping so and so. Oh, I'm helping so and so. Oh, I'm helping so. That doesn't come all that not even doesn't come off as cool. It's just not cool. Period. Yeah. So anyway, you send, and a lot of people suffer in silence, because sometimes when you say no, it's a problem. Yeah. Sometimes you're just like, okay, this month I cannot manage, to support you in the way that I've been supporting you. I need some time. And that's where the problems begin. And especially if you don't have a child like myself. You don't have a child. People are like, oh, so what do you use your money on? You don't have a child, you should help me because you don't have a child, you don't have expenses. And I'm like, yo, excusez-moi, because number one, I do not believe in disclosing how much you make. I just feel like it's not anyone's business to know. It's my job, it's my salary, so why should I announce to you? I don't know. And I just don't feel like it is respectful to ask someone how much they make. I mean, if the person offers to share the information, that's fine. That's on them. But don't come to me asking me how much I make. Like, how is that your business? Why do you want to know? Yeah. So unless you want to offer me a higher paying job, then maybe we can have that discussion. But for any other purposes, you do not need to know how much I'm making. Apart from Uncle Sam, my God, and myself, and my employer. Yeah. Oh, I'm doing well, Blaze. How are you? It's been a minute. Yeah. So people send money and they send money. And when you need a break, you just need a breather. You don't get that, It's like, oh my gosh, so if you don't send this, what will happen? What will happen? And I just feel like it's really not a good it's not a good way to respond to someone who is always willing to help you when they can. Like, say, let me use an example. Like, say if there's someone who helps me out or supports me, and then they request me, like, maybe, which they don't even have to request because it's their money, they can do whatever they want to do with it. But they go out of their way to just communicate that, I'm not able to help you, blah, blah, blah. And they even give you a reason why, which also they are not, you are not entitled, to, but they still go out of their way to do it. And then the response is just like, whoa, hold on a minute, what's going on? The response is like, oh, if you don't do this, what will happen? Blah, blah, blah. With no regard whatsoever of what that person is going through. Situations are like, this person is in a foreign country, okay? This person has sacrificed time with family, time with friends, to go to a foreign land to work, to try and make things better, yeah? But if the black tax is just too much, how will this person get ahead? I get so frustrated. There are people who cry their tears out, and knowingly or unknowingly, the people back home push these people to doing things that they might not even want to do, because now you're thinking, I need to get extra income. Oh my gosh, if I don't send money home, what will happen? And then you have all these emergencies that never stop. Oh my gosh. It's like, oh, so and so is sick. Oh, blah, blah, blah happened. Oh, blah, blah, blah happened. And you're sitting there thinking, the salary is not even enough for me. The salary is, I'm good, Justin. How are you? What do you do for a living? This is what I do, football. So you're thinking, whatever I'm getting right now, it's not even enough for me. I'm sacrificing a lot of things. For those who did business, you know what opportunity cost is. You're choosing this, like if you make this choice, there's something you're giving up and stuff like that. But what I would urge, my Kenyan people, my fellow Africans, please please let us be more compassionate to our family members who are out there working hard every single day to make money, and can spare a little to support us, Let us be more compassionate. Let us be more involved, Take your time to find out how the person is doing, like genuinely, not just for the sake. Don't wait to just send a text message at the end of the month. And the whole month, you don't even know if this person is alive. You have no idea if this person is alive and healthy. You have no idea if this person is even working. Maybe the person is jobless. It has happened to me a number of times, when you're out of work and no one cares because, and I'm not saying that people should care, yeah. If you go about living your life, thinking like, oh my gosh, people don't care, they're not checking in on me, you're in for a rude shock because people just don't care. People are busy living their own lives, yeah. But the people you support should at least care. I mean, make it make sense. Do I go live on TikTok? No, football, because I don't have enough followers on TikTok. I wish I could. Maybe I'll put my TikTok handle on here so people can follow me. Then I can go live on TikTok. Yeah. My lips are so dry. I don't know why. Okay. So, like I was saying, my lips are so dry. Yeah. Ooh, I'm gonna do my nails. So yeah, don't worry about that. At least find out how this person is doing. The person is miles away from home, number one, okay? Number two, you do not care about this person's well-being. Yeah. And I'm telling you, these are things that happen. These are things that happen. I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking from other people's experiences. Someone could even be hospitalized for a whole freaking month. But no one cares, because they'll just chill and wait. Boom. Once it's end month, you get a whole list of things. Boom, boom. I need this. I need this. I need that. I need that. I need that. And I'm all for helping. I mean, if you can help people, why not? But sometimes it gets so bad, the sense of entitlement, it is so bad that even if you respond to that text and let them know that, you know what, I've really been sick. So unfortunately, I won't be able to help this month. Let me see how it goes with my health. Do you think that the response would be like, oh my gosh, what is wrong, blah, blah, blah? What you get will just be like, okay, sorry, get well soon, blah, blah, blah. Then they'll give it a few days, maybe 1 or 2 days, boom. Would you please send me this much money? Would you please do this? Would you please do this? Yeah, sorry about that. And you're left wondering, you're like, okay, like really? And these are the things that send people, into like very, very, how can I say? Oh, I'm even lacking the words to express myself. But someone can even fall into like a deep depression. People could develop maybe some mental disorders just because of things like that, when you're trying to speak up, you're trying to express yourself, you're trying to communicate, but no one is listening. Why? Because the eyes are just, how do they say, the eye is on the ball. No, that's not what I meant. That is not what I meant. But the focus is just on like, how much can I get from this person? How much can this person help me with? Oh, I need this person to help me. And then there is this notion that anyone who's abroad, overseas, is having a good time, living a good life. Yo, let me tell you, working in Kenya and working overseas, I'm speaking from my experience and other people's experiences. It's totally different, totally different. Like, for example, in Dubai, when you're working, every single minute counts and it's accounted for. You don't go, to someone's workplace and just chill around and think you're going to be paid. No, you actually work. So you earn each and every cent that you're paid, and the lifestyle is different. Sometimes the living arrangements are not what you're used to back home. So people are already going through a lot. This person who's paying black tax is really going through a lot. And I feel like it is time that someone speaks up, I hope that this will ignite conversations in our kitchens, living rooms, in our households, in the African households. We really need to go back to the drawing board and we really need to set things straight, It is a blessing to have a child. It's a blessing to educate the child and for the child to prosper. But let us give these young adults a break. Yeah? You cannot be helping the entire community when you cannot help yourself. If you're not financially stable, how can you help someone else be financially stable? My suggestion is this. Give someone space, even like at least 3 years. I think 3 years is enough, Let that person, experience life as a working adult, navigate through life, you know. And if they have something to spare to give you, well and good. But if they don't, please give these people a break. People are suffering out here. They are hurting. My fellow African sisters and brothers are hurting. But, you know, I think it's also just that kind of the sense of guilt that maybe we kind of feel. You know, sometimes you sit down and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't send money back home. What if they're hungry? What if this is happening? But why don't we just think differently and think of it like, you know, let us all support each other. Yeah. Your support could come in the form of not relying on one person, sorry, entirely to support the entire family. It's unfair. It is not right, you know. And the sad part is that you pay your black tax. So that is black tax for those who don't know. Black tax is when you send support, or it can be support in form of money or material stuff, but mostly it's money. So when you send, so let me just call it as it is. Support, that's when you send money back home to support those who are back home. Mostly it's parents and then your other siblings, you know. But the thing is that it's not like you just send it when you feel like sending the money. It is required of you. It is mandatory. That's why we are calling it tax. Like if you delay even, oh my gosh, like you have to send it. You have to send it, you know? And that is what we have been conditioned to think and to believe. You know, that if you don't send it, oh my gosh, what will happen? Oh, hi, Kai. How are you? Oh, if I don't send it, oh my gosh, will my parents curse me? Will they lament? Will they cry? And then those curses will follow me and stuff like that. Just a lot of different dynamics that make people, you know, pay the tax. No one pays tax happily. I'm yet to see one person who pays tax happily, you know. And hold on, guys. Woo. I need to breathe a little bit. I've just been going. Guys, please like and subscribe and share this live. Thank you so much for your support. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like we need to give people a break. Yeah. My thinking would be like, as a parent, when your child is successful, I think that's enough. If they help you, well and good. If they don't, that is still fine. Yeah. So, and then that is also a wake-up call to parents, especially in this day and age, to plan for your future, plan for your retirement. Everything might not go according to plan, but you need to have a contingency plan. You need to have plan A till Z. You have plan A, plan B, plan C. Just operate like your kids don't have to send you money. I think that would be better for everyone involved, you know. It would like ease the pressure on the kids and they won't feel like, oh my gosh, I have to send money back home, I have to do this, you know. It eases the pressure. It allows these young working adults to really explore their full potential, you know. And also as a parent, it also helps you remain active, explore your interests and things like that. But when you're paying black tax, you're just focused on calculating, you know, just trying to move things around to see what will work. So pretty much the whole month, you're not even focused on trying something new, applying for a better job, maybe trying a new business. How? When you just have these numbers, figures running through your head, thinking of, oh my gosh, what will I do when it's end month? The money that I'm getting paid, it's not enough. Oh, I would love to do this, but I cannot do this. Do you know there were people in Dubai who would not even go to a restaurant, a proper restaurant, to eat because they have to pay black tax? I was like, ain't no way. For me, I had to go. Like, you don't even go to like what can I say? You don't pursue your interests. You don't travel just because you have to pay the black tax. Because you're thinking, if I travel, then the money won't be enough for me to send back home. And then what will happen? As Kenyans and as Africans, we need to really, really examine ourselves, you know. We need to like just have this mind shift where we do not have this sense of entitlement, where we are thinking, oh, my sibling has to help me. Oh, my sibling is in such as my sibling works, oh, blah, blah, blah. So my sibling has to help me. No, I should not be entitled. You should not be. No one should be entitled, you know. If they help you, well and good. If they don't, well and good. Because the person has a life, you know, and it's the person who's working. When I was working in Dubai at the front desk, I was on my feet for at least 9 hours. Sometimes if you work extra hours, because you know hospitality, it gets busy and stuff like that. Sometimes you're on your feet for 12 hours. 12. Of course, you have breaks in between. But you're busy, you're working, you're moving around. So why can't you enjoy your sweats, you know? Why are you not given the space to enjoy your sweat? And trust you me, most people that I've spoken to about this, they really want to help. They are really happy to support back home. They are willing to pay the black tax. But they just need like space, you know, like let them do it the way they would like to do it. Do not put conditions, do not set targets for them and be like, oh my gosh, we need to do this, we need to do that. I'm good, Maggie, how are you? I'm like, give somebody a break. Yeah. So that's the situation. And you'll find that someone borrows money, you know, from colleagues, from other people, just to stay afloat, you know? And it's crazy. People don't have to live like that, yeah? People need to be given the space to thrive, to enjoy their life, and or to enjoy their lives. Ooh, scratch that! Ooh, people need to enjoy their lives. Oh, yeah. So anyway, I'm saying all this to say that please, my fellow Africans, my fellow Kenyans, those who have family members abroad or in different cities who are working and are really trying their best to help people back home in the village or back in their countries or in different cities, please do not stress these people. Please do understand them. If they are not able to help you or support you, just understand. And maybe that is what you need to push you to do something, you know, that would help change your situation. Yeah. Maybe that is exactly what you need to help you think out of the box and be like, whoa, what if something happens to this person? What if this person, you know, cannot just help me or will not help me? What will I do? Will I be a victim? Will I sit here and cry and be like, oh my gosh, nobody wants to help me, so and so, blah, blah, blah. No, it is time for us to rise up, think outside the box, yeah, and just do things differently. And I think that will really help change a lot, because sometimes we think like, oh, why are things not changing in Kenya? Why are things not changing in Africa? You know, it's just the same poverty cycle, you know, because no one seems to get ahead. It's because of the burden that is placed on people in society, you know, like someone is in university and there is like a long list of people who cannot wait for the person to graduate. Why? because now they have expectations that the person will support. And if the person says no, ooh, how dare you say no? Excuse my French. How would you say no? Oh, we took you to school. Oh, I helped you with this. Oh, I did that. Now that you have a job, you don't care about people. But oh my gosh, it is crazy. It is insane. And I actually think some people pay the black tax because they just don't want to deal with the backlash and the drama and the stress and the messages and being summoned for meetings and being called all kinds of names, you know. So it is high time that we as a society, and by as a society, I mean the African people as a whole, we really need to really examine ourselves and do things differently. I know there are things like, oh, if you don't help your parents, you won't be blessed. If you don't help your siblings, what are you thinking? Blah, blah, blah. But what if you cannot? And what if you do not want to? There are people who just do not want to. We have those kind of people. Someone would be like, hey, why should I? It's my money, it's my sweat. But there are those who really want to, but they cannot. But they have to because they don't want to deal with all the drama that comes with not paying the black tax. Yeah. So, hold on. Yeah, so I believe we can do better. This is a new dawn. It's a new day. Now we have Generation Z. Maybe the other generations, Gen X, millennials, were more than willing to help their parents and their siblings. But now we have Gen Z, you know. There's also Gen Alpha that is coming up. Let us do better, you know, at least for millennials. It can start with us. I don't know about Gen X. Maybe Gen X, it's already too late. But millennials, you know, we can try and do better. Yeah, I know there are a lot of millennials who are parents. So why don't we start afresh, you know? Why don't we just get rid of all the black tax practices and say that we as millennials, we are going to do better for our kids, you know? As my kid thrives, so will I. Yeah. Your kid goes to school to study and blah, blah, blah. You can also do something else to better your life. Yeah. So that you grow together and you're a support to your child, you know. And this will really help because once they get their first job or start their new business, they really have that time and support to thrive and to do something, you know, something beautiful, something that will propel them to greater heights. And I would believe that that would be the dream and the prayer of every parent, to see your child do better than you did. And also as parents, we need to also sit our kids down. I am not a parent, so look at me saying also as parents, we need to. Yeah, but I am just thinking, you know, that it's good to set up your child for success. And waiting for your child to pay black tax from the moment they start working, that is not the way to go to set them up for success, you know. Like in the Western culture, for example, here in the US, when a daughter is planning to get married, okay, the father pays for the wedding, covers everything. I'm not saying that we should abandon our traditions as Africans, but I'm just letting you know just how parents help support their kids. So maybe there are things that we can take from different cultures that would help us. Yeah. Because I'm tired of the poverty cycle. I am tired of it because I know that as Africans, as Kenyans, as Africans, we are very intelligent. We are industrious, ambitious. Like we have the drive. Yeah. And we have the resources. So all we need is just the space. We need black tax to be removed. Let's get rid of the black tax. Trust me, once we get rid of the black tax, things will be better because it's going to remove that sense of entitlement, be it from parents, be it from siblings, be it from whoever is entitled. We will not have any sense of entitlement because, you know, it would be a new awakening that, hey, no one has to help me. You know, it is not a must. It is not cast in stone that my sibling has to help me, that my child. Oops. I'm sorry, guys. It's called live stream. I'm sorry. But we are real over here, no pretense. Excusez-moi. It is my human anatomy at work. Why is my ear itching now? Everything is falling apart. Chinua Achebe. Yeah, so anyway, what is happening today? My lips are so dry. Yeah, so anyway, that is what I wanted to say. I wanted to just come on here and talk about this black tax thing. A lot of people are suffering in silence. Do you know there are people who even become alcoholics just because of the stress, the black tax stress? It is insane what people go through, you know? And people do crazy things just to pay the tax. No, this should not be the case. What I want to tell all of us on here, you know, is that nothing will happen to you if you do not pay the black tax. You're not going to die. You will not be cast, you know. Nothing is going to happen. So just be confident in yourself. If you can pay it, well and good. If you're happy paying it, who am I to stop you? But if you cannot pay it, do not kill yourself. Do not break your back. Do not stay up late at night staring at the ceiling, wondering, oh my gosh, what will happen? No. Go to work, enjoy your work, you know, look for better opportunities, think about your life, make your 5-year plan, travel, do the things that you've always wanted to do. And the rest will fall in line. The pieces will just align, you know? Be yourself, the world will adjust. Trust me, ever since I came to that realization, I'm happy. And people will call you names. People will call you stingy. People will call you mean. People will say you're stuck up. People will be like, oh, now that you think you've made it, you know, now you don't want to help. They'll say all sorts of things like, oh, you think you'll be successful forever. Money is a visitor. It will leave one day. But do you know what? Whether you pay the tax or not, these things will still happen. You know, these things will still happen. And one more thing before I forget and before I leave. Sometimes you help and help and help and help and support. And it's good to support and it's good to help because some of us will not be where we are without that support. I really fully acknowledge that. But when it gets time to like, okay, so you can support and send the money and pay the black tax and whatnot. And maybe you get terminated or you lose your job or something just happens and you're like down for like a few months and stuff like that. So if you are not paying the black tax, or if you are not forced to pay the black tax or feel like you have to pay the black tax, then you'd have enough savings, I would hope, to take you through 6 months before you get another job. Because they always say you should at least have enough money that can support your lifestyle for at least 6 months. Because 6 months is enough time for you to figure out what you want to do next or for you to get the next gig or something like that. So yeah, we should all strive to have enough savings that will carry us through 6 months. But if you're paying black tax every single month, Sometimes not even once a month. Sometimes even after you after you pay the tax, there are other requests that come in between before the next month. It is crazy out here. The things people go through, it's insane. Yeah, so maybe when you're out of work or something happens, the very same people that you are paying the black tax to will be the same people who will ask you what you've been doing with your money. Hello? Hey. So, I'm saying all this to say, live your life. Life is short, you know. If your parents educated you and supported you, that is good. And that is what a parent should do, you know. It should not be like an investment that everyone is expecting returns on immediately. No. Parents, it is great, amazing that you educate your kids, because I would think that as a parent you'd want to have you'd want your children to have a way better life than you have or you had. I mean, that is what I would think. But anyway, we still love our parents, our family members, you know. I'm not hating on someone or on anyone who's going through difficult times, because I've been there, done that, bought a t-shirt, you know. I am still facing challenges. It's not like, oh, now I have arrived. Boom, boom, boom. No. We're still here, still grinding, and everyone is going through it. Everyone has a story to tell. So if someone cannot support you, do not hate on the person. Do not wish all these evil things on that person, you know. Just wish them well and try to think of how you can make your own life better. And maybe that would be your answered prayer, because God answers prayers. For those who are believers, God answers prayers in different ways. It might not be in the way that you want him to, but it's still an answered prayer regardless. So yeah, that's all. My suggestion is that we get rid of the black tax. We should give young working adults, our kids, or just any working adults should be given the space that they need. They should be left alone to work and support their families and themselves. Okay? Yes. And let's all grind, and just look for something to do as you wait for your ideal job or your ideal business. You can always do something in the interim. There's always something to do, yeah. And maybe that is what we need. Maybe we need that mind shift to just push us out of that box that we've been in all these years. All right? Okay. Whew. That was quite the run. Yeah, but in all fairness, I might be laughing a little bit, but it is not a laughing matter for some people. There are people who are really going through it. Yeah, even as I speak now, I think today is the 21st. There are people who are dreading the end of the month, you know? Literally dreading, because they'll start receiving messages and phone calls and everything in between. So please, let us just support our family members who are working. Let's support them. Let them breathe. Let them live. If someone just from nowhere decides to support you, fine. I've got no issues with that. But do not stress them, because it could be the difference between life and death. Sometimes you see these premature deaths. It's because of the black tax. But people don't want to talk about it. Yeah, it's because of the black tax. Because someone is trying to manage his or her life, but at the same time, the person is like supporting 4 or 5 people. How is that possible? When you are not even financially stable. How are you able to carry all this load on yourself without... Man, it's crazy. Yeah. So let us just give people the space that they need. And as Africans, we are very generous people, I believe. very hospitable. So I do know that if someone wants to help, they will. Just give people space so that we can all thrive together. I'm good, cool kid. How are you? All right, so unless you people have any questions, we cannot exhaust this subject today, the black tax. No, yeah, so maybe we'll talk about it. I think probably next month I'll talk about it with other people so that you can hear from others. Okay, it's not just my issue. Yeah, so I'll bring some of my friends on here so you guys can get to hear from them, you know? Yeah. And just kind of just get a picture of really what goes on with the black tax situation. Do you guys have any questions for me? Any comments, any thoughts? All right, so if there are no questions, no comments, no thoughts, I thank you guys for listening to me. I hope you've learned a thing or two, you know, yeah. And I'll see you guys next time. As I always say, please, please, please be a kind human. It does not cost a thing. Yeah. And the world needs more kind people. The world needs kindness because life is already hard enough as it is. Yeah. But also, let's enjoy life. Good vibes, positive energy, you know? Yeah. And thank you for subscribing. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe, join the family. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.